This time on Whatever You Want, we talk about
Andor, episodes 1 through 4. Is this the best piece of Star Wars television we have ever seen? Spoilers, major, huge, big spoilers ahead. There are time codes down in the description if you like to jump around different points in the episode. We talk everything from why this is different from other Star Wars shows to how Diego Luna is playing a 21-year-old at the ripe old age of 42. Enjoy! Welcome back to Whatever We Want, where we review content across all mediums of media, movies, TV shows, video games, and beyond to give you the most interesting behind-the-scenes insights, storytelling techniques, all that jazz, and more.
Nice. We talk everything from Disney, Pixar, DC, Star Wars, and this time we're getting into some Andor material, so get into it. It's been a hot minute, hasn't
Peanut butter. It has. I was away last weekend. It's also really hot in here, and we're recording at a different time than normal. So we're in a mood, Daniel. I feel like we're in a mood. We're gonna jive tonight. We're either gonna jive really
Oh my god,
well,
are you like from the 70s?
not.
What's going on here? You
Yeah.
got your bandana on? We're gonna jive, man.
I
Like-
immediately regret this. I put this on 2 seconds ago because it was kind of hot in my room, and I'm already getting hotter because of it. But I've committed now.
Yeah, it's just for sweat, okay?
So
If you're in it,
I'm in it to win it. See, look at this, jiving already. Oh man, are you excited to jump into the news of the week? Because there's been some announcements
There's
that I
been
kind of
a
want to talk
lot.
about.
yeah.
What do you want to talk about first of the news?
Well, I'm just talking about Florida, man. Florida's getting hit right now. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be past. But like
the
right
hurricane.
now, as we're recording,
That's not
yeah.
important, Daniel. We're talking about.
I have family down there. We have an intern. Well, I have an intern down there.
We're talking
man.
about movie news. I'm just kidding. That is very important. I hope everyone's okay. I actually have friends that are like in South Carolina. They're also getting affected. So
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers to everyone. But anyways, back to the tank. I was thinking movie news. So did you hear that Armor Wars is gonna be a movie now?
Instead of a series, yeah.
I like that was like one of the first things they announced with all the Phase 4 stuff, and it just keeps getting like pushed down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, if it sounds like they were developing it, I think I read that like they wanted to tell the story right, and they realized that like the story was better told in a film. So I guess they are working on a story, which is good at least.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm happy
Yeah.
with. Like, it's better for them to push back and take their time with it than try to just like chop it and then get it out. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you think so? Do you think Ironheart is gonna be a part of this? Like that new series? Like
I feel like. Well, what is that coming out first? It's coming out first, right?
I believe so.
So, aren't they like wrapping up on filming on that soon too?
I also believe so.
So I think it's going to depend on how it comes out. If it does come out first, because if it does kind of thing where it's like Miss Marvel.
Well, I think it will because we're getting Black Panther at the end of this year, and Ironheart's in that. And so, like, either way, she'll be introduced into the universe.
That's true. I forgot about that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hone on that because we got a lot to talk about. Another Marvel announcement: Deadpool 3
Yes.
was announced. That just kind of jumped out of the blue. I kind of love that.
Dude, it was great. He's like, "Hey, Hugh, want to be Wolfie again?"
Coming soon.
Coming Hugh.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine, September 6th, 2024. So we got a release date. I think that puts it in Phase 6, I believe. I just like the Deadpool movies. Like, they're such a like refreshing take on the superhero genre.
Yeah.
I think each Deadpool movie has had a different director, and this is the same thing. Like, the third movie is going to be a different director. It's Ryan Reynolds has been working with. I only know his Instagram handle is like Selvey Directs or something like that. He's I think he's like something Selvey. He's from Stranger Things. He was like a producer on Stranger Things.
Oh. He's got some good backing then.
Yeah, but he also has been I think he and Ryan Reynolds like found each other and like have been collabing for the past couple years. Like
And they've been in love for the past 3 days.
No, seriously, Sean Levy, that's his name. They did Free Guy, like he directed Free Guy, and probably some other stuff. What else is Ryan Reynolds in? I think Red
Project?
Notice. Oh, the Adam Project. That's it. Not Red Notice. He did the Adam Project. I think. Yeah. So it sounds like they have a good working dynamic, which is good. Do you think my biggest question for the Deadpool 3 announcement? Do you think Brad Pitt will return as the Vanisher or whatever the heck the name was?
As a Vanisher? Well, that's the thing. He's dead now, right? Well, then again,
Or so we think.
He's time because
Yeah, he's time traveling and jumping universes, so anything's possible.
So,
Brad Pitt MCU confirmed.
it'd be funny if it's just Brad Pitt from like Bullet Train. The train goes by.
Oh my
It's like a
gosh.
different version of Bullet Train, and then he dies somehow on the train, and then Deadpool's just like, well, I mean, like, you know, it makes like some kind of like Bullet Train
You know,
joke
he
there.
just makes some snarky comment like that kind of looks like Vanisher or something like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, Ryan Reynolds has been collabing with a lot of people. So do you think like we'll get some of those people to cameo like in this potentially? Because I feel like Ryan Reynolds his big thing. He has like a lot of celebrity pull and influence, and I especially think for like Deadpool, like getting just like a big name actor as themselves would kind of be hilarious, like in the universe. Like he worked with The Rock previously and like Will Ferrell, so just getting them like just jumping into their life if he's like time jumping, universe hopping might be kind of funny. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah, no, it literally is, and that's what's great about this, because now we can kind of make it. Well, they can make it work any way that they need to, because like he's been time jumping, but there's also technically universe hopping with that, so there's a lot of opportunities there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Deadpool 3, the last bit of 2 more bits of news. Sorry, there's a lot. I don't think we talked about James Earl Jones just retired as the voice of Darth Vader.
Yeah, that is so sad.
It is sad, but he like gave the likeness for like Star Wars and Disney to like use his voice to continue making like AI generated or like voices. That's the thing.
I think that's the direction it's going to go. Honestly,
yeah, I think it's going to open up the possibility to a lot of people, like actors that are like deceased, using their likeness either with deepfake or like AI voice. I think there's going to be a lot of new contracts, which is interesting. And I was also listening to another podcast. I think it's called like a film school podcast talking about something similar. But like it's interesting because I think we're going to a route of like you can just de-age actors. You can't, but like it's interesting because like Robert De Niro, the example they gave. Did you hear about The Irishman? Like all that deepfake stuff like they did to make it was like a Netflix movie a couple years ago. They like made Robert De Niro like younger, and some people were kind of upset at that.
Oh yeah.
The guy made a good point. Like Robert De Niro, his big break was he was in a movie a long time ago. I don't know exactly what the movie was, but he got his big break by playing a younger version of another movie star. And now Robert De Niro's old, and another young actor's not getting a chance to like break out and do that. Yeah. I just think that's an interesting conversation with where technology is going.
Okay, I get that argument, but at the same time, I think it's also bullshit because you got to think about it like this. Because there's one actor, sure, but how many people are behind that VFX team that made that happen?
That's true. Yeah, they have jobs. That's a very good point. Did not think about that.
Yeah. So, and it's right now it's emerging new technology still. Like, yeah, people are like, oh, deepfake this, deepfake that. It's still new. It's still being developed. Hence why AI is getting better and better. You know. So
yeah,
it's tomatoes at that point. And at that point, honestly, I
prefer tomatoes.
Honestly happier. Yeah.
I know what you're going for. All right. Yeah. Last bit of news before we jump in to Andor. Dang it! I spoiled my joke too early. I wanted to be like right for the main segment, Cassian Andor, because like what's his face, the guy that plays Selvig, like has the most American way of saying Cassian Andor. I thought it was funny, but anyways, before we get there, the Community movie. This was announced today as a day of recording, so on Friday. Did you ever watch the show Community?
No.
It's a really good show. I watched it, and it's the reason I started watching it was because it was the thing the Russo brothers did right before they got hired. Yeah. I think we talked about this before. Like they did like a paintball episode, and it was like a super action, like focused episode, like out of the blue, and they shot action very well. And then Kevin Feige like approached them like, "Hey, what did you do with Captain America 2?" And they explained it, and then got on to do that. So Russo brothers directed the first 3 seasons, many of the episodes of Community, and it's like a really interesting show, a good cast. But there was like a joke in the show, like it's super meta, this show. And in the show, I think in season 2, they like made a joke offhand, like we're gonna have 6 seasons in a movie, like 6 seasons in a movie, and it kind of stuck and kept going. And it got canceled after 6 seasons, and now like however many years later, like they're actually doing a movie, like just out of the blue. I would love to cover that a little bit on the pod. Yeah, no, it's a good cast. Like Donald Glover is in it. I don't know if he's confirmed to come back yet. I think Donald Glover, Chevy Chase, and Yvette Nicole Brown, the girl that played Helen in Drake and Josh, they were in the original cast, but they're all not confirmed to come back yet. We should watch Community, dude, or you should watch it at least. Like, it's a really good show.
Yeah, no, I need to. Jake, you know me. I'm super busy. I have a list.
Yeah.
Again, I'm like Cap. I have my list. I just whenever I get time, I gotta go do it.
Yeah. So are you just like indifferent to this then, I guess?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you say it's good, but like, again, you don't know if a mango is sweet until you try it. So.
Oh, okay. I had a mango 10 minutes ago with dinner, actually. And it was
there
sweet.
You go.
After I tried it, I knew. All right.
Yeah. I don't know where that analogy came from.
You ready to jump into the main segment?
Yeah, Andor?
Cassian Andor. Episodes 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Spoilers again. Overall thoughts. What do you think? What do you think of the show so far?
I am loving it. I saw this one TikTok
McDonald's
to where it was somebody like
I just had a vision of Andor. Andor, and I was just saying it normally, eating McDonald's.
No, I saw this TikTok the other day. There was this guy who's like, "Here's everything wrong with the new Andor series." He like waits, and he zooms in. He's like, "Oh, this is the best thing I've done in a while."
It didn't come sooner. Yeah, that's cool. So you like it overall?
Oh yeah, no, it's really well done. Not only just the way that it's thematically done, like the way it's shot and everything. Like obviously it's going to look beautiful, but just the way that the storytelling is done, it is something we haven't gotten out of Star Wars content in a long time, and I'm loving it.
McDonald's again. I have a little bit of a pretty interesting like kind of TTT for about the production schedule of this. But before we get there, I just want to give my overall thoughts. So my overall thoughts on Cassian Andor. I'm enjoying it a lot. Like I definitely more than I thought I would. Like when I heard about this at first, I was like, "What? Do we really need this?" I think I read somewhere that like the guy that's making this like isn't like a huge like Star Wars aficionado, like huge diehard fan. So like he's kind of approaching it at like just storytelling, like what would make a good story, and so kind of a different perspective looking in, I guess. So I think that's interesting. He's not afraid to like challenge the status quo. I think it's really smart they dropped the first 3 episodes, because that's like when the inciting incident like happens is at the end of episode 3. Like if we did like just 1 episode drop and then another week have to wait another and just see the second episode, everyone would be like, what the heck is this? Like me included, I know I would have been like, this is nothing. Like
that's one thing I liked about it, because it's like you had its own little arc of him getting off planet in the first 3 episodes. That was beautiful.
Yeah, so the slow pacing, definitely compared to other Star Wars shows at least, especially because, I mean, they have more room to, like, work, because I think this is, like, 12 episodes for this season. I just also like how this show, like, kind of all around, is exploring the smaller stories of Star Wars. Like, we have, like, the gigantic galactic level events with the Jedi and the Sith, and, like, armies fighting each other in, like, the movies, and even, like, Kenobi still talks about that because it's two main guys. But, like, I like that we're seeing just, like, how the little people are, like, impacted, like, the local security, like, police force, the common folk, like, with Andor. And also, I feel like that's challenging to make that interesting, though, because it's just, like, the normal people. Obviously, you want to think of, like, the Jedi, but, like, the fact that made this interesting is really commendable.
No, I was literally going to say, like, especially with the security group for, like, the first 3 episodes, because there's still, like, the fear of the Empire, and, like, there's still different conflict levels there. But that also makes it so that way you're not completely dependent on it to tell the story. Like, the guy was still going out and trying to find Andor. The whole time without even caring about the Empire, which then led to the whole arc there.
Yeah, because like the Empire and the Security Force are like 2 different entities that are like aligned sometimes, but it's interesting because like the Empire like came in and ultimately like just shut down the Security Force. So I think it's cool because I thought like these 2 were gonna be like villains, like 2 sets of villains, but they're like it's a villain. And I saw a theory that they think someone thinks the security guard might like have an arc where he
comes back and turns Imperial
and becomes a rebel.
Oh
no, turns into a rebel potentially. But I feel like it could go either way, honestly. But
I think he joined the Empire. I think his mom's gonna be like, get a job. That was so freaking funny, man. Like when he has his bags, I was thinking like, wait, is he delivering like the cube or something? And he pick it up? I'm like, oh wait, no, he's moving back in with his mom. Like, like dang, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new blonde ISB leader lady?
I think she's an interesting character. I'm not sure how to read her yet, but I think she has like initiative, and I don't know. What do you think?
I wonder if she's like a high-level spy. She kind of feels
maybe like a fulcrum, an early fulcrum.
Yeah, like why is she trying to get this box?
I don't know.
She's saying it's like within her jurisdiction and all that. Like, but there needs to be a motive behind her trying to get it, right?
I don't think you heard what I said, which is probably a good
thing. I was just ignoring it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, but before we jump into like more details, I kind of want to talk about my like TTT I had and just like some interesting things about like the structure. All right, this is actually really interesting. Did you know that they were originally planning to make 5 seasons of Andor?
5?
Yeah. So as you know, like
they're already working on 2, right?
They're just doing 2 now, but as you know, like Andor takes place this first season 5 years BBY, so before Battle of Yavin, which is basically 5 years before Rogue One, and when like Cassian dies. Spoilers, sorry. And they wanted to do like a season every year leading up to his death, like in Rogue One. But after getting and they actually like they went into filming with that plan, but after they got through filming like 5 or 6 episodes of season 1, they realized this would just be like an impossible task and would take way too long, like years and years. And with Diego Luna like already playing a 21-year-old in this, because he dies at 26, so 5 years ago he's 21, he's 42 right now. Like he was just gonna keep aging and be playing like a 25-year-old at like 50.
Yeah.
So what they decided to do, they decided against that 5-season plan. And so the first season is still scheduled to just be 5 years before Rogue One. And I read in an article that the second season is going to be the final season, and they're going to do 3 episodes and then time jump a year. So 3 episodes, then time jump a year. 3 episodes, time jump a year, and leading all the way up to Rogue One.
I wonder how that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm interested because we were literally just praising them. What do you think? Like, because we were just praising them about like how slow paced it's going to be if they're now cramming like 4 years into like 4 mini arcs.
That's the thing. If it can work if these yearly intervals lead up to which most likely will lead up to an overarching story, right? Because that's what we said worked, was that they had the subplot of him getting off planet in the first 3 episodes, but it's going into this overarching story of him eventually becoming a rebel spy.
Yeah.
Right? So going into the next season, then it'd have to be him doing missions, and then each one of these missions every year is somehow contributing to him getting information about the Death Star.
Yeah, because I think season 2 might like end, or like this whole series might end with like him getting news about like that guy with the hurt arm, that he gets the information of the Death Star, like that he'll get that mission and then like head off there, and then like that's the end or something. Yeah. I think he might also meet K2SO season 2, which would be pretty cool. We'll see that.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's interesting. I think they have to definitely be aware of the pacing. Like I feel like it might feel like almost Clone Wars mini arcs, like 3 episode things, which can be interesting. Like a little mission, but yeah, I'm just interested to see that shift. I don't think there's ever been like a show that's like did a whole season of a very long story and then like 3 like just jump years. I don't know, which I think it could be very cool.
Yeah, again, they just need to do it right. And they will. It's just
just so they don't like cram it too much.
It's all about the pacing. Yeah.
All right, let's get into going back to the McDonald's analogy. Let's get into the Big Mac, the meat and potatoes of the episodes. So the cast, Diego Luna again, like we said. I really like how his character is written. You have to think like where he's starting and where he's going to end up in Rogue One, because in Rogue One he's very much like not like a leader of the rebellion, but he's still like a leader and sure of himself and like his purpose to like fight the Empire. And like he even like instills confidence in Jyn Erso a lot of the time, like helps guide her through this journey. And it's interesting now going back and seeing how he started out. He was like kind of floundering around, and I don't know if that's the right word, but whatever. And he like has to be guided himself. So it's interesting. I'm excited to see the arc of him like becoming more sure of himself kind of thing.
Like the mentor to mentee, or mentee to mentor kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it the wrong way.
Yeah. What do you think of like everyone in the first 3 episodes, like from his like home world, his adopted home world with Harry Potter's aunt and everything?
It was really unique to see the kind of relationships that he had with people, because at the same time it's like he keeps everybody at a certain reach to where they don't know too much about it, except
he's
for like
going
his
the distance. Yeah. And the droid,
quote mom. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like he even the girl that he was with there, like he was close to her, but like she was like
dating someone else who was the worst person in the world. I didn't.
Oh my goodness,
despise that character.
Yeah, that guy was.
When he died, my roommate and I cheered.
Cheered, yeah. Like that's what you get for being a snitch.
Yeah, but also the girl that. The guy that dies, it was dating. She was the love interest in Morbius too.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she got a better deal here. No offense to Morbius. Yeah, so we had her, Harry Potter's aunt, the police force. I like the Scottish one, the Scottish guy. He was actually like great. Like I loved him. And then Stellan Skarsgård, the guy that played Selvig, who came in at the end, and like he's like the senator.
Got him out.
Not the senator. He's the like
museum
antique
guy.
Shop owner, which we got to talk about Easter eggs in there.
Yes, there's a lot.
Let's just go into it. What do you think? What do you think of that? It's pretty cool.
Well, let's see all the ones you got down, because I feel like you have your list. Obviously, you're going to say the Star Killer armor, which is actually going to be it's actually ancient Sith armor.
It's Star Killer's armor. I don't care. But in the background of episode 4, in Selvig's shop, you can see like armor that is Star Killer's armor. That is Star Killer's armor.
That's the thing, though. I didn't know if it was one set or two, because there's like that wall in the middle, and there's an armor rack there on the right side. But then when you're in the back of the area,
that was a mirror, Daniel. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
But no, there was like another armor stand. It looked like there's like another set of armor. I didn't know if it was the same one or if it was a different one.
I don't know. I have to rewatch. I actually didn't write anything else down. I was just so excited about Star Killer's armor. I think there was like something from Rebels, like part of the like ancient ruin that like what's his face, the rebel Ezra touches and like
and then the dogs start doing the thing. What the dog doing?
Start dancing. Yeah, and then some other stuff. I think there was like a Plo Koon like mask, like breathing apparatus or something.
There was that. There was Mandalorian armor. People were like, "Oh man, it looks like Mando's armor," but timeline doesn't match up. That's
he's like Mando's a child.
Armor. Yeah,
he's probably literally getting rescued on his home planet, or like no, because the Separatists were still around. He probably is just like learning to fight. I wonder what if? Oh my gosh, dude! What if just like Boba Fett, we just had a random cut to Mando in the middle of this for like 2 episodes? It's just kid Mando like learning to fight, just out of left field. Like that would be amazing.
Just
no, like no. So next season, when it's season 2, and like they're doing like these 3-act arcs, like in jumping a year, you do like 3 of those, and you're like, all right, getting ready for another year jump, and then instead of jumping a year, it jumps a year, but just is a 3-episode arc on Mando out of the blue, like no explanation, and then the last arc is back to Cassian, just like no explanation. That'd be so jarring, but it'd be so funny at the same time. And I'd still watch it either way, you know? It's like yeah.
But yeah, I think the tablet that he quote unquote like let her borrow, whatever, I think it was of a Force being. I think that might have been seen from the Jedi Fallen Order game. Because in Jedi Fallen Order, there's a temple, and they have these Force-sensitive beings that are like tall and lanky and whatever. I might be wrong there, but that's what it seemed like to me. Again, I'm not remembering the exact imagery, but that could have been that.
Yeah. I'm now realizing I'm gonna be disappointed when we don't get a Mando like random like cut scene. Like I want to cut away like in Family Guy where like it just cuts to baby Mando.
Yeah, just like that time little kid stabbed me in the foot, and then just Mando. Just blah, 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 blah.
And like Baby Yoda's like behind him, so like they almost like cross paths or something, like, but they never do.
It's like, oh, who was that?
Baby Yoda's alive at this point.
Well, yeah, he's older than him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be a terrible flashback.
Wait a minute, maybe they're setting it up because we got flashbacks in this back to to Cassian Andor's like home planet. So maybe they're just setting up the trope. Like, you remember flashbacks from Boba Fett, like the back to tank? Yeah, that's right. We're gonna get another. They're setting it up, so it's gonna be the exact same thing. So we'll get Mando. The signs are there, Daniel.
Okay. Take it easy.
But speaking of like the flashbacks and his home planets, his second home planet, the adopted planet where we like spend most of the time on, I have deemed that piss yellow jacket land because every single person wears a piss yellow jacket. I'm not even kidding. Like I noticed it. Like
I know you're not
in the middle of episode 2, and I like mentioned something to my roommate, and then like I literally started counting in my head, and like I lost count. Like there was like every single person, like the color scheme. It was like a high school or like a college university or something, but they're just like their school colors were just like this horrible brown, disgusting yellow.
One thing I did like though is that on like the under jumpsuits, whatever, for some like mining characters and stuff, it looked like the flight suits for the rebellion. Which kind of makes sense if you think about it, because rebellion, they're just pulling stuff together. So for them to have flight suits could be something that's like when you're doing like taking apart ships and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe you want to have like it air sealed off.
Yeah.
Either way, like it was cool just to see like that's kind of like where the suits could have potentially like originally came from. So details like that I loved. I mean, I totally agree with you with the piss color.
No, I didn't like hate it. Like I liked the costumes. I just thought it was hilarious that they were all the same color. Like every single person on that planet. And like even when the Selvig actor came in, he like put on a greenish yellow disgusting jacket to like blend in with the locals. I was like, yeah, he knows what's up. Yeah, I think Ferrix is the actual name of the planet, but I'm going to just refer to it as Piss Yellow Jacket Land from here on out.
One of my favorite guys, actually, was the Bell guy. And
he gets up in the morning,
and he's like,
yeah,
all right, dong.
Yeah,
it was just, it was so cool. It's just funny to see characters who are like they're not like really important to the story, but like they have
exactly. The small, the little guys.
Like that. Yeah,
like that. He lives for that. That's
I wonder how much he gets paid.
Maybe he wanted to be a drummer in the Cantina band, but he never made it. So like he finds joy in just like drumming every morning.
We should do a what if about that.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Yeah. What if the drummer band got into the Cantina band or something? I don't know. Yeah. So, but speaking of just like the drumming, the music. Look at this segue. I really like the music in the very beginning when like Cassian's walking through the shipyard, and there's just like some uncharacteristic. Like very uncharacteristic for Star Wars, like rock music going on. Like I was jamming to it. I thought it was pretty cool. I like kind of want to figure out what that song was, and I hope they like use that again. I don't know.
That's one thing. No, that's one thing I love that they've been doing more for like just the world building. Just seeing like what other kinds of music are actually like. I mean, I forget. Was this cinematic or was this in world? In this case,
I think that was cinematic. Like non-diegetic.
Yeah. But one thing I loved about again, Jedi Fallen Order, when they opened up that game, right? It was like I think it was like the Mongolian Death Rock or whatever, something like that, whatever it's called.
Oh.
And it's like, but it was like, had more instruments to that.
The Mongolian
like
really... throat singing.
Yeah, it was like that.
Bulgarian?
Like
is it Mongolian or Bulgarian? It's something Ian. I don't know. It's the
I'm
Ian
pretty sure it's
throat
Mongolian.
Singing. It's just the old men named Ian. Oh my gosh.
But you know what I mean? Like when they just add more to the world like that, it's pretty cool.
And they feud with the Cantina band, and the drummer
has to choose. And the drummer has to choose. Yes!
This is the one if it's forming. Oh my gosh. But speaking of the shipyard, though, that like he does walk into, it kind of reminded me, I think we talked about this, of the Jedi Fallen Order like shipyard that starts in. Like Cal Kestis like kind of starts in a shipyard. It's not the same planet.
No, it's not, but that's literally like I think it's the large reason why I'm like comparing the two. Yeah, because there's a lot of the vibes are similar.
Yeah, I did like. I like that whole concept in the game and also here that like it totally makes sense that like a ton of people would have to like break down these destroyed or fallen ships for scrap to build like the new ships because like the Empire was not using any of the old Star Destroyers or anything. Speaking of, did you see like the gunship? The gunships looked very much like the old Republic gunships, but like modified in like gray. I really like that like evolution. Yeah. That was a really cool design choice. I just love again the attention to detail they're kind of doing. Like that makes sense.
I feel like the evolution of Star Wars ships is that in the further down in the timeline you go, just the more basic it gets, and the further back. The further back it's more cool and different styles stuff.
But also I agree with that, but also I wonder if like anyone in like an older generation would think that like the gray like sleek one is cooler because we grew up with like the colorful like different paints.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about the sequels, and their ground transports were just literal gray boxes.
We don't talk about the sequels. We don't
My point.
talk about Bruno. Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I have really looked over my notes, and I have another note saying "piss yellow jackets." That's it.
That's the only important thing to bring up about the first 3 episodes. I really love just how the show started off too. Honestly, I don't know if we talked about that, where he's on the planet and how the rain. Did they give a name to that planet?
I think they did.
They did, but I'm forgetting the name of it. But you know what I'm talking about, like when he goes to
where he kills the 2 guys.
Yeah.
I guess that's technically the inciting incident. And then, but in the like second inciting incident is when he like Selvig's like, "Yo, come to Coruscant." Also, it was dope seeing Coruscant again, like between like when the Empire had control. I don't think we've ever seen that, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's at the same time I love too like how they're thinking about like the cinematography from the prequels, right? Like, there's a lot of like wide shots and like because you never really got specific with it was CG,
and they had
but now
to, like,
because
a lot of this was practical, actually. Sorry, you finished your thought.
No, I'm saying, like, you can, for, like, both. Like, you can have practical for up front and stuff for, actual camera transitions and stuff like that. But, like, for background elements, stuff like that, it's cool seeing, like, both. Like, I'm thinking about, like, when he's walking from, like, the elevator over to, like, the walkway and you're getting, like, the in-depth, like, all the different buildings and bridges and stuff like that, which I always think is kind of funny. Because, like, you think of Coruscant, you see like these big towering buildings with like little like bridges and stuff that go across. But where the fuck are the walkways? Are they like all inside? You know what I mean?
I guess maybe.
Like
probably honestly, it probably is inside because it would probably be like super windy and like I don't know. We'll think of the Lego Star Wars game. There's some walkways outside and stuff.
That's my point. So this is like
Lego Star Wars is canon.
Like, I'd like to walk outside. I don't know.
When you live in a city, you're limited by your options, of course not. But no, I agree with what you're saying. I actually saw a video that I think some guy found that like the like I think is it the ISB? Is that the building where the security Imperials work? The building is actually they filmed in like this like I don't know if it's like Dubai or some like foreign country, but like they filmed in like the Formula One headquarters, which is like where they got like some like really sleek, smooth, like curved architecture. So like a lot of it was practical, and like I saw a photo comparing both. I'm like, wow, it's like really cool how much they filmed practically not only there for Coruscant, but also just like all of it, like when they're on the mountain, like Cassian and that like rebel girl. I don't know, it's just very different from the volume. I feel like.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, no, it's great because the volume is great. Don't get me wrong, but there's also going to be cases where you just can't
sometimes
having those organic wide shots. You know,
you got to turn the volume down sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it.
Wait, you didn't get it?
That took me a second.
I thought you were just like that was so. I thought you were again just not acknowledging my joke, but.
I think my brain wanted not to, and then it like made the logic, like it automatically disconnected the logic, and it's like, why should that be a joke?
Comprehend this joke. It's not even worthy of our brain power to comprehend. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So what else do I got in my notes? Great wig from Selvig.
Yeah, he put that on pretty cleanly. He from the back view, he just put it on, and then from the front, he had like all the hair and stuff.
Yeah, like meshed in, like he had as a professional. Maybe it's a droid that's like a professional like wig stylist or something.
Well, since it's Star Wars, I'd probably say it's like a synth weave or something like that.
Oh,
just like auto binds with your head.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I'm a sci-fi
cool.
guy. Wait, in like real life, can we do that?
Yeah.
I actually feel like makeup artists would be out of a job. They're like hair artists.
No, they'd be the ones making that technology.
No, I feel like technicians would, but they'd probably like need the artist touch to make it look realistic.
Yeah.
The meshing. All right, cool. So, also, yeah, we saw Mon Mothma. It was pretty cool.
Mothma. You said Mothra, like
I know.
Mothra?
No, I typed Mothra on my sheet a couple days ago, and I was like, it's not Mothra, so I deleted it and typed Mothma, and I just read it as Mothra again, even though it's not on there.
Just imagine that freaking Mothra, just like,
what if Mothma was Mothra? Did we ever meet her husband before?
No, but he's a dick.
Yeah, I wonder if they split because like she went off. Well, first off, he is like a dick, but like because she went off to like be in the rebellion and he like wanted to stay like as a government official. I wonder if we'll see that.
Either way, she deserves
divorce
better.
in the. She deserves you, Daniel. I know you're into your redheads.
Oh, not even that. Like I'm just like the guy's a man child. He's playing him good. Like the actor's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But my point is the character is like, oh yeah, I want to have fun, dude. You're like old. And or a politician. So like do your job first.
That's pretty realistic to real politicians, am I right? Oh
yeah, honestly. This guy wants to go off to his island and just like,
his Naboo island, yeah. I'm actually super excited, like they were hinting at the like this heist they're gonna do, like back to Cassian and the team. Like I love this whole new cast.
I love heist movie.
But yeah, the heist, but like also they like foreshadowed this like amazing like beautiful visual meteor shower that's going to be like the distraction. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm so excited for that.
I knew you would be. Yeah. Yeah.
I love the way because I feel like they had Neil deGrasse Tyson on for this. They're like, how do we make this actually make scientific sense? And like, hey, we want to have this effect. How would this happen naturally? And Neil would be like, well, you see, if you had the planet go into an asynchronous orbit into this other field, it makes sense because if you think about if you have it actually go through the atmosphere like that.
That's what I wanted. We had that conversation talk about your game and the different planets you're putting into it. Like I love talking about that stuff. We should, yeah.
Like it's just I love when stuff makes sense.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah, production design again is really good. Like the like white room the Imperial guys are in is a cool design. It's just like a gritty Star Wars world. Honestly, I think I've been enjoying the Star Wars TV a lot more than Marvel TV recently.
Same.
I don't know, just in general, even like the not hit. I think it's a quantity thing. Like there's just so much Marvel, but I don't know. I like the Star Wars stories more recently. Like it feels thought out differently. Maybe it's more catered to adults. I don't know.
I mean, not even that. It's just the type of content and the type of story that's being told, right? And the motivations the characters have, I guess you could say, are more adult. They're on different levels.
I feel like you could also argue though that like the last 3 Star Wars, 4 even Star Wars like properties were like white males or like almost white males. So I guess Cassian Andor is like, I think he's technically Mexican or Spanish. I'm not sure. But like the other 3 were like white males. So like I can relate to that probably easier than the like previous Marvel stuff, but I don't know. I just have been hearing a lot of people aren't too fond of the Marvel stuff, but I don't know. Hopefully it will do better. Is there anything you didn't like about Andor so far?
No, I think it's great.
Yeah,
it's kind of like this perfect mix to where it's like its own, like it has this nice little pocket in the Star Wars universe, time wise, right? We kind of already know some of the stuff that's going to happen. Like again, like we know that this is going to lead up to Rogue One and Scarif and all that. So we have those bits, but at the same time, we get to have the story told now about like how those events can take place. It's again kind of the same vibe to where the Clone Wars was like a throwaway line, and then we get the whole prequels out of it.
Yeah.
In this case, it's kind of like that same vibe to where now where he was like, "Oh man, I've done things for the rebellion that I'm not proud of, but I did them, man." But now we're getting this whole series actually be able to get. I'm excited to
see that. Like maybe season 2 will be like, all right, he's commit. Maybe this is like him committing to the rebellion. Season 2 will be like we see him kind of go down a dark path, and then if you like would binge everything, like Andor's whole story, then Rogue One would be his redemption. So maybe maybe season 2 will end on like some pretty dark tones, some dark notes. Yeah, should be kind of cool. What are your predictions? That's kind of my prediction, I guess, for the rest of season 1 and like into season 2, like him doing this heist and officially like committing himself to the rebellion, and like maybe that'll be kind of next season, like Yavin 4 kind of becoming the hub, and like Mon Mothma having to like leave the Senate in Coruscant, and like I don't know.
I think here's what's going to happen. I think the Imperial, this would be a good just story in general, but I think the Imperial blonde lady is a rebel spy, and she's trying to get the black box back so she can get to the rebellion.
The black box back. Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's going to be the security guard guy who's now going to join the Empire.
He's like the wild card right now.
Yeah. Cool. So he's going to join the Empire, and he's going to figure out that she's a spy, and then he's going to eventually they're going to be out in the field or something like that. He's going to kill her. But the black box will still be given to Selvig.
You think the black box is still like important?
I don't know. That's the thing.
They kind of haven't been treating it as much.
I know, because they're doing this other heist. But I feel like
a time heist. It kind of is a time heist because again, Andor or Cassian is playing like a younger guy than he was before. So it's like a meta time heist.
You said meta, I assume it's a VR. I'm like, oh my God.
I was thinking that.
But no, like we have 2 storylines going on right now. We have Cassian doing his thing with the heist. I think that's going to be its thing.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be like it's the main one. But then for like a secondary story, there's going to be this stuff going on with the other agents. And then
Agents of
I think
S.H.I.E.L.D.
it's going to come to a head to where Cassian's eventually going to do the heist. Things probably going to go sideways. He gets out of there. Might be able to meet back up with Selvig, but gets the box again. I don't know. But either way, I think at the end of the day, I think that lady is a rebel, and then the dude's going to kill her and then like take her place or something.
Ooh. Okay.
So we'll see.
I think it would be cool if the end of season 1 was like a post-credit scene. You just see like him meet K2SO or something like that. That'd be like funny, but also I kind of want to see their relationship like develop more. So maybe not.
What if K2 is? I mean, he's obviously going to be working for the Imperials.
Yeah,
that's like the finale to where he's like one of the droids in on the battle to where they're fighting or like the escape goes awry.
I want to see what kind of droid K2SO like are usually used for.
They're just Imperial security and protocol, I'm pretty sure.
It just says, his wiki says at some point the droid encountered Captain Cassian Andor. Oh, so he becomes a captain before, maybe, does he become a captain before meeting K2? I don't know. We'll see.
But you see what I'm saying? I think they're going to maybe for the finale, that's where they're going to meet, and then that's when he flips, and then they get out of there for the
escape. Yeah. Again, going back to like the box, I also really like that episode 3 finale fight where there were all the weights and chains like dropping in that warehouse.
The chain?
I just hit my mic.
Yeah.
That was just really creative, and like I felt like he was in danger. Even though like that's one thing. We know how Cassian's story ends, so it is cool to see like him get there, but there's no stakes for him really, because like he doesn't die, kind of thing. But he could lose people along the way.
Well, that's the thing. The stakes aren't necessarily with him. The stakes are with his missions.
Yeah. All right.
Do things succeed? Do things not? How many losses? Yeah, like you said, how many losses are on the way?
That was all my thoughts. If you have any last minute wrap up thoughts before we jump into the next segment?
How many episodes are left in the season?
8, I believe.
Is 8 more?
Yeah, I think there's 12 episodes this season. Yeah, Star Wars finally breaking away from the mold. Yeah. All right, ready to jump into the TTTT? Totally tubular your trivia tidbits.
What do you got?
Did you know that Brian Blessed, is it Blessed or Blessed? Hold on, let me look this up.
I'm supposed to say the E in another way, so it's just like Brian Blessed.
Blessed. Did you know that Brian Blessed, just kidding. Did you know that Brian Blessed, the actor who played Boss Nass, the Gungan leader in The Phantom Menace, was almost cast as Thorin, the main dwarf in the Hobbit trilogy?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they eventually decided to go with Richard Armitage, but now all I can imagine is Thorin doing it like at Smaug.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine him and Christopher Lee together, like Boss Nass and Count Dooku.
Oh my god.
Tearing up Middle Earth.
That's cool. A dangerous combo.
Yeah. I actually wanted to try something. So I saw, so you remember Rank Rally, right? Where we like, our segment where we like rank things. I saw this thing on TikTok where it's similar to Rank Rally. It's called drafting. Have you heard of or seen that?
No.
So basically it's like Rank Rally, but we go back and forth. And once like, you've chosen something, I can't choose it, and vice versa. So like if we were to do Jedi and I said Mace Windu, you couldn't then choose Mace Windu, and we had to go through our top 5 and see who like we draft to our team, like of our picks. Oh god. Isn't that kind of cool? That's like a different take on Rank Rally.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
how do you choose who goes first?
You can just do whatever, but we don't have to do Jedi. We could do like, I saw people do like things from fall, and someone was like, I'll take Halloween, someone was like, I'll take flannels, and that was like, so you do anything. Like we
so what do
MCU movies per phase, we could do, or just MCU movies, we could do movies from actors like Tom Hanks movies or something like that, or anything. What do you want to do?
Well, this is a Star Wars episode, so I feel like we should say Star Wars.
Okay.
What about best types of clone troopers?
That's too niche.
Okay.
Niche. What about just movies? Star Wars movies.
Okay.
There's 9. So there's 11. Hold on, let me go to Star Wars movies. So, oh gosh. Okay.
Because there's Rogue One, and then that's 10.
And Solo.
Oh, and Solo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to go first? Drafting your Star Wars movies?
Do we go from top to bottom or bottom to top?
Top to bottom. Like, because you want to choose like your top one first, so I don't choose it. You know what I mean?
Damn, this is tough.
Yeah, dude, I know.
If I choose this one, you're gonna choose the other one.
I know.
Because this one has a special place in my heart, and I'm okay giving the other one to you because I know it's also special to everybody. But special to you, I'm gonna choose Rogue One.
Whoa, really?
I know you're not expecting that, but I love
wasn't.
Rogue One.
Then I'll choose Revenge of the Sith, baby.
I knew you were gonna choose that. God dang, it's okay.
All right, what's your next one?
Oh god, episode 5.
Empire Strikes Back. No, that was my another. You got 2 good ones.
Yep.
Oh, what if I was just like Solo? I'm just kidding. I'll choose A New Hope.
I figured you were gonna go there. Yeah, I'm trying to think which one do I value. But okay, but there's Mullet Obi-Wan versus the end of the Empire. This is tough. Mullet Obi-Wan or
Obi-Wan.
Wait,
or everything else. It's just like a scale, like all of the original trilogy. Obi-Wan, like Obi-Wan is weighing it down because he's so valuable.
Because no, here's the thing. I don't have a prequel one yet, so I'm gonna say episode 2.
Episode 2.
I know you're not expecting that.
Okay.
But you already have episode 3.
I will take.
What I learned in boating school is
what I learned in boating school is. I like this idea though. Let us know in the comments if you like this and what else we should do for this draft. So I can't choose that. I will choose Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Okay, now here's a tough part. Do I value episode 1 over the sequels?
It's a tough call.
I'm actually gonna go probably with episode 7.
Yes, Phantom Menace, mine.
You can take that. Even though it has Duel of the Fates,
I get Darth Maul.
I'm okay with that. Because, there's still the Clone Wars. Even though it's not on this list, I'm still getting some Maul content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so your last one then.
What do you mean?
You have one more to choose.
Yeah, but you gotta... Oh, wait, yeah.
I did Phantom Menace, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be?
Solo. I don't like the last 2 sequels at all.
I'll take The Last Jedi. There were elements of that I did enjoy.
Yeah. The Solo movie I think is still good. It's not so good. Like, it's good in its own. No, it's just that it's its own thing, and it has the vibe to it is there.
Like moments in it. Like I like Donald Glover as Lando. So that was pretty good. Yeah. The Kessel Run is cool to see. Poor Rise of Skywalker, not even on a list. All right, that's a pretty good draft. Good job, we did it.
Yeah, I think. Okay, but who had the better list?
Yeah. So I have Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, The Last Jedi. You have a strong first 2 with Rogue One and Empire, though. That's a solid top 2.
Yeah.
But then you chose. What do you have? Attack of the Clones at some point.
Yeah.
I think my bottom 3 are stronger than your bottom 3, but your top 2 are stronger than my top 2.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty even in that case.
Yeah. That's part of the draft. Now, who would win in a fight? Your movies or my movies? All right. Cool. Yeah, let us know in the comments.
That's kind of a good question.
More.
Actually, if we compared like characters from the movies and they had to fight. So, for example, you can have like young Anakin fighting older Anakin and stuff like that.
That's a little unfair because I have Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, which are the end of both of the like trilogies. So I have like the peak. Yeah. The most powerful all of those characters are.
True.
But you have the freaking.
I have Mullet Obi-Wan, so come at me.
What?
I have Mullet Obi-Wan, so come at me.
Oh, I have Maul and
but Obi-Wan cuts him in half.
And older Obi-Wan. You do have Mullet Obi-Wan though. You have literal Jesus on your side.
I had to choose him for that.
All right, cool. Ready to jump into the next segment?
Yeah.
Patron shoutouts. Give the big stars music. Boosh, we got Patron Lori, Frank, Rick, Lisa, Evan, Tony. Thank you so much for pledging the tier. Thanks to the shout out. If you'd like to support us over on Patreon, link is down in the description. You get the audio episode, early special benefits, cool perks, all that jazz, and more. Thank you sincerely so much to our Patreon supporters. We're able to do a lot of things because of you. Thank you. We've also had some new Patreon supporters on some of the other tiers that aren't in the shout out tier, but thank you to you guys anyways. Ready for cool comments?
Yeah, what are people saying now?
So, on our What If episode, Swaggy Sunday commented, you guys should totally do an episode where you pitch ideas for movies and TV shows. I love hearing your pitches. So, I think he means like just outside of Star Wars, because we just did a What If episode. I would love to do that. We had an idea to do like pitch practice. I wanted to do one for like the Darth Bane trilogy. But yeah, I think that just like would be a really fun creative exercise.
If we did ones outside of Star Wars, just like in general.
I would do a time travel movie. I like time travel movies. Yeah, I like just the elements you can get out of that.
I would do that with you, but I would make sure it makes scientific sense and that it's done right.
Okay.
Because that's one thing I'm really pissed off about.
So they'll be the buzzkill to my time travel movies.
No. Because here's the thing. Because there's so much more potential with if you do it right. But people never do it right.
All right.
At least you're in the paradoxes. It's dumb. So.
What would you do?
If it wasn't a time travel thing, honestly, I'd probably do like a heist. But like a heist.
Heist.
But no, it wouldn't be like a heist where like you get the guys together and stuff like that. It'd have to have its own vibe to it. So I'm not sure how I would do that. Like what kind of world would it be in? You know what I mean? I'd have to think about that. But it'd be some kind of heist.
A mining heist or something.
Well, no,
I don't know. That could be kind of cool.
Like imagine like a bunch of miners. Like
they have like a stash of like gems.
Like
and then like.
I don't mean like little kids. I mean like actual. That's how I was saying that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Ready for the introduction?
Yeah. Tell me when.
When?
We just talked about whatever we want to talk about, and now we're done.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. We really sincerely, genuinely do appreciate it. Again, let us know in the comments if you want us to do any more of that draft thing, if you enjoyed that or not. And let us know what you think of Andor, Cassian Andor. We'll see you next time. Goodbye!
Bye!